The following message is transmitted at the request of the Dallas Police Department. At 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the Dallas Police Department received a report of two creatures roaming around the city of Dallas and surrounding areas. The creatures are believed to be a dog and a cat of unknown origin. The first creature is believed to be a German Shepherd dog, unknown weight, unknown height, has black, brown and moss fur, a tournier, dark gray fur on its face and light gray fur on its snout, a green collar, and a scratch on its right eye. The second creature is believed to be a cat of unknown breed, unknown weight, unknown height, has peach and white fur with black stripes on its back, a white and black tail tip, blue sclera eyes, and a red-tiled bandana. These entities do not pose a threat to society, nor are they hostile towards humans. At this time, authorities are working to discover the origins of these creatures. However, residents of the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area are advised to be vigilant of any suspicious activity. If you spot these creatures, and have any information on them or their whereabouts, keep a safe distance from them, and report them to the Dallas Police Department, or call 911 immediately. The Dallas Police Department and the Dallas County Sheriff's Office has received a report of a missing child from the Sheinbaum Lopez family. The child is 13-year-old Lola Brittany Sheinbaum Lopez. She is a Hispanic female of Mexican descent, 5 feet, 4 inches tall, has mostly long black hair, brown eyes, has Caucasian skin, and was last seen wearing a cowboy hat, a pink bow around her neck, a yellow blouse, a pink purse around her shoulder, blue jeans, and black tennis shoes. She was last seen at Hector Page Garcia Middle School. If you have any information on Lola Brittany Sheinbaum Lopez, please contact the Dallas County Sheriff's Office, the Dallas Police Department at area code 214-671-3001, or call 911. The Galveston Police Department is looking for a missing child from the Stevenson family that was last seen at his home on 4902 Travis Drive in Galveston. The child is 12-year-old Martin Stevenson. He is an African-American male, 5 feet, 2 inches tall, has black braided hair, brown eyes, black skin, and was last seen wearing a light green t-shirt, khaki shorts, and gray sneakers. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Martin Stevenson, please contact the Galveston Police Department at area code 409-765-3702 or call 911. The Santana City Police Department is looking for two missing children from the Sandoval family. The first child's name is Hank Michael Sandoval. He is 15 years old, is Mexican-American, 5 feet, 7 inches tall, and known weight, has short black hair, green eyes, has Caucasian skin, and was last seen wearing a Los Angeles Dodgers hat, a Los Angeles Chargers jersey, khaki pants, black socks, and blue Crocs sandals. The second child's name is Esther Samantha Sandoval. She is 14 years old, is also Mexican-American, 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and known weight, has long brown hair, blue eyes, also has Caucasian skin, and was last seen wearing a pink bow on her head, a white blouse, a yellow backpack, light blue jeans, and light green tennis shoes. The location where these two children were last seen is unknown. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Hank Michael Sandoval or Esther Samantha Sandoval, please contact the Santana City Police Department at area code 714-245-8665 or call 911. The Atlanta Police Department is looking for a missing child reported by the King family. The child is 14-year-old Balthazar Heath King. He is 5 feet, 6 inches tall, is part white, part African-American, has light brown skin, brown eyes, black braided hair, and was last seen wearing a blue Minecraft t-shirt, gray shorts, and white and red Nike sneakers. The location where the child was last seen is unknown. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Balthazar Heath King, please contact the Atlanta Police Department at area code 404-614-6544 or call 911. The Miami Police Department is looking for two missing children from the Hernandez family. The first child is Chase Brandon Hernandez. He is 13 years old, 5 feet, 5 inches tall, is of Cuban descent, has brown skin, short black hair, hazel eyes, and was last seen wearing a red sweatshirt, black pants, and black Puma sneakers. The second child is Stella Yolanda Hernandez. She is 10 years old, 4 feet, 9 inches tall, is also of Cuban descent, also has brown skin, long brown hair, green eyes, and was last seen wearing a pink shirt with a white undershirt, light blue jeans, and violet shoes. If you have any information on the location or the whereabouts of these children, please contact the Miami Police Department at area code 305-603-6640 or call 911. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Texas State Police and the Texas Department of Public Safety. At 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, law enforcement has received reports of sightings of mysterious entities resembling animals in the Dallas and Houston metropolitan areas. These entities have been seen interacting with children and teenagers, but do not seem to harm them in any way. They are believed to be connected to the mysterious disappearances of children in Dallas and Galveston, as well as Santa Ana, California, Atlanta, Georgia, and Miami, Florida. These entities appear to be a variety of animals. For your own safety, please listen to the following descriptions of these entities. A German Shepherd dog with a green collar, light brown fur and beige fur on its underbelly, dark gray snout, ears, and eyeshadows, with scars on its right eye and snout, and dark brown fur on its back and tail. A cat of unknown breed with green fur and white fur on its underbelly and paws, black ears, black stripes on its head and back, white and black tail tip, and a light red tiled bandana. A Labrador Retriever with a purple collar on its neck, a Sphinx cat with teal-colored eyes, a Saint Bernard with its eyes fully closed, a Belgian Malinois with a black collar on its neck, and a gray, striped-tailed raccoon. If you see any of these entities matching these descriptions, please contact your local law enforcement agency or call 911. As a precaution, shelter in place with all doors and windows closed and locked, and protect your children at all times until an all-clear signal is given by the proper authorities. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Texas National Guard. This is an update to the previous message, issued at 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the state of Texas. As of 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the mysterious animals that were seen interacting with children have disappeared, and have been confirmed to be connected to the mysterious disappearances in Dallas and Houston, followed by Santa Ana, California, Atlanta, Georgia, and Miami, Florida. They have also been confirmed to, in fact, be harmless to children and teenagers. In addition, it has been confirmed by the Texas National Guard that the mysterious animals resemble the characters from the popular webcomic, Pixie and Brutus. Law enforcement officials have also observed that these animals are harming people who pose a danger to them and the children, specifically malicious and suspicious people. It is believed that these entities are protecting the children from all dangers that surround them. Civilians in the state of Texas must be vigilant and report any suspicious activity to your local law enforcement agency. As a precaution, a curfew will be in effect from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Exceptions for this are for work shifts and emergencies. Do not leave your home by any means, unless extremely necessary. If you are caught outside, you will be arrested and questioned by local authorities. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this developing situation.
Civil emergency message for a blue alert for Florida. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has issued a statewide Florida blue alert for Leah Oleander. Oleander is listed as a person of interest by the sheriff's offices in Hillsborough and Pinellas counties and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement in Tampa, Florida in the stabbing deaths of Hillsborough County and Pinellas County deputies on October 2, 2024. Some have speculated that Oleander has a history of mental illness. Oleander should be considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information concerning Oleander, please contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement in Tampa, Florida at 1-813-878-7300 when you can do so safely.
civil danger for the Tampa Bay area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Tampa Police Department in the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. This is an update to the previous civil emergency message issued at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Florida. As of 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the suspect identified as Leo Leander has opened fire in downtown Tampa and is killing civilians he sees in his path. The current death toll from the shooting is approximately 23 people, with 1,349 people injured. The reason behind the shooting and his intentions are currently unknown. Leo Leander has a history of mental illness and should be considered armed and dangerous. The Tampa Police Department and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office are on a chase to track down Leander and mitigate the situation. All residents in the Tampa Bay area are strongly advised to shelter in place immediately. To shelter in place, close and lock all doors and windows, turn off all heating and ventilation systems, seek shelter in a room with no windows and minimal exits, seal all cracks and vents, and most importantly, remain calm. If Leander breaks into your home, use armed protection and lethal force at all costs. If you see Leander in your neighborhood, please contact the Tampa Police Department or call 911. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this dangerous situation.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Florida State Emergency Management and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. This is an emergency update. The civil danger warning issued at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time has expired for the Tampa Bay area. However, a civil danger warning is now in effect for the greater Orlando area, including the following counties: Orange, Seminole, Osceola, Lake, Polk, and Volusia. The suspect that shot Hillsborough County and Pinellas County deputies and incited a shooting in the Tampa Bay area, identified as Leo Leander, has exited the area and is now on Interstate 4 toward the city of Orlando. Oleander has a history of mental illness and should be considered armed and dangerous. All residents in the Orlando area are strongly advised to shelter in place immediately. Close all doors and windows, turn off all heating and ventilation units, gather essential supplies such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, phones, chargers, a first aid kit, a flashlight, and a battery-powered radio, and seal all cracks and vents. If Oleander breaks into your home, use armed protection at all costs. This includes lethal force. If you see Oleander in your neighborhood, contact local authorities immediately or call 911. Continue to monitor local media outlets for further updates on this dangerous situation.
Civil danger for the greater Orlando area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Orlando Police Department, Orange County Sheriff's Office, and the Orange County Emergency Management. This is an update to the previous civil danger warning issued at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the Orlando area. A dangerous situation is taking place in Orlando. As of 5:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Orlando Police Department received multiple 911 calls from civilians regarding a man dressed in all black attacking civilians at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort. Civilians have stated that the man began to open fire and is currently holding visitors hostage. The current number of injuries from the attack is approximately 574 people. However, no information on the current death toll has been disclosed as of now. The man has also stated that he will kill all of the hostages and then himself with his firearms if his demands are not met. Due to the severity of the situation, the demands of the suspect are known by police, but are withheld from the public for safety concerns. Orlando police have entered the theme park to negotiate with the suspect for the release of the hostages. No further information on the situation has been disclosed as of yet. This is an extremely dangerous situation. All residents within a 1-mile radius of Universal Orlando Resort are strongly urged to shelter in place immediately. To shelter in place, close and lock all doors and windows, turn off all heating and ventilation units, and seal all cracks and vents. Most importantly, remain calm, as it cannot be determined whether or not the suspect plans to leave the park. As a precaution, all streets connecting to Universal Orlando Resort are also being closed off. This includes part of Interstate 4 in both directions. Stay tuned to local media outlets for updates on the situation as they become available. Most importantly, remain calm. An immediate evacuation has been declared for the greater Orlando area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Orlando Police Department, Orange County Sheriff's Office, and the Orange County Emergency Management. This is an emergency update. Residents of the greater Orlando area are strongly urged to leave their homes, as it has been confirmed that the suspect that opened fire and held visitors hostage at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort, identified as Leo Leander, is now terrorizing civilians and killing everyone in his path, and is also confirmed to teleport into residences and killing them. It has also been confirmed that Oleander is also responsible for the recent attacks in the Tampa Bay area, when he shot a Hillsborough County deputy and a Pinellas County deputy, as well as shooting civilians in the area. Evacuation is now mandatory. Gather all essential supplies, including food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a first aid kit, phones, chargers, and a battery-powered radio. Please do not take any personal belongings, as there is very little time to do so. Evacuate east along Interstate 4, and then north or south along Interstate 95 away from the Tampa Bay areas. That area should be avoided at all costs due to the recent attacks. Failure to evacuate will result in injury or even certain death. If you need assistance, please call the following number immediately. Area code 407-359-2237. Area code 407-359-2237. Please continue to monitor local media outlets for updates on the situation as they become available. Civil danger for the Miami area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Miami Police Department and the Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office. A perilous situation is unfolding in Miami. At 5:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Miami Police Department received multiple 911 calls regarding men opening fire at the Costco Wholesale Supermarket, located at 7795 West Flagler Street in Miami. Reports indicate that the men have taken 43 people hostage inside the building, and witnesses inside the store have reported that 9 men are inside, and 4 casualties have been reported. It has also been confirmed that one of the men has been identified as Leo Leander, and is also confirmed to be connected to the attacks in the Tampa Bay area, and at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort, respectively, as well as the Orlando metropolitan area itself. The men have also ordered the store managers to undergo lockdown and not make contact with authorities outside the store. It was discovered that Oleander teamed up with a terrorist group to terrorize the civilians of Miami. As many as 2 more men have been spotted on the roof of the building. They all carry weapons, and they will open fire on innocent civilians attempting to circumvent their plans. These men pose a dangerous threat to civilians and areas beyond the danger zone. Police have now determined that the situation is hazardous for residents to evacuate the area. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether any more men are on the roof of the building. However, as a precaution, all residents within a 2-mile radius of the Costco Wholesale Supermarket are asked to stay away from the area. If you are indoors in your home, stay indoors at all costs, and do not leave your home under any circumstances. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further updates on the situation as they become available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Miami Police Department, the Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office, the Miami-Dade County Office of Emergency Management, and the Florida Division of Emergency Management. This is an update on the current hostage situation at the Costco Wholesale Supermarket, located at 7795 West Flagler Street in Miami. As of 6:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, authorities have confirmed that there are 2 men on top of the building, armed with several firearms, as well as several explosions in the area, and the 9 men are still inside the store, holding the hostages captive. Miami police are currently outside negotiating with the suspects for the release of the hostages. This is the same situation that occurred at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort in Orlando. It is confirmed that there are 10 injuries so far, along with 6 casualties. A total of 37 hostages are still being held captive by the men inside. In addition, several entities resembling animals have attacked the 9 suspects holding the hostages captive. 3 of these creatures resembling dogs have been seen biting the suspects' arms and legs, and another 3 resembling 2 cats and raccoons scratching their faces, attempting to stop them from harming the hostages. It has been confirmed by the Miami Police Department and the Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office that the creatures stopping the suspects inside the store resemble characters from the popular webcomic Pixie and Brutus. The 3 dogs seen in the webcomic have been identified as Brutus, Dexter, and Jacko, while the 2 cats and the raccoon have been identified as Pixie, Wrinkles, and Randall, respectively. They have also been confirmed to be connected to the mysterious child disappearances in Dallas and Houston, Texas, followed by Santa Ana, California, Atlanta, Georgia, and Miami, Florida. It was discovered that these creatures are attempting to save the hostages and bring them to safety. Unfortunately, Jacko, who was biting one of the suspects' arms, was caught by them, and shortly after, he was shot and injured. Currently, Jacko is being transported to a vet for treatment. Additionally, some horrifying news was released by the men inside. They have stated that they planted a nuclear weapon in the back of the building and will detonate the device if their demands are not met. It is unconfirmed whether or not these men possess such a weapon. As a precaution, all residents are now urged to prepare to seek a fallout shelter if a nuclear attack is imminent. Fallout is a product of nuclear attacks, and prolonged exposure to fallout is fatal. It will only take a minute after detonation for the effects of fallout to spread. In the event you cannot seek a fallout shelter, local authorities will lead you to one. Be sure to prepare a survival kit with all essential items, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a first aid kit, flashlights, phones, chargers, and a battery-powered radio for your stay in the shelter. Bring any personal belongings with you, if you can do so safely. If you need assistance, please call the following number immediately, area code 645-537-4693, area code 645-537-4693. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further updates on this dangerous situation as they become available. This is a national emergency message, requested by the White House. All EAS participants shall follow activation procedures in the EAS Operating Handbook for a national-level emergency. The President of the United States, or one of his representatives, will shortly deliver a message over the emergency alert system. Please stand by. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. is a national emergency message. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this national emergency message. This station or cable system has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air, providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is Xfinity Digital Cable. We will continue to serve the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. If you are not in this local area, tune into stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. Do not use the telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All regular programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is Xfinity Digital Cable. This cable system will continue furnishing news, official information, and instructions for the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. If you are not in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area, you should tune into stations providing news and information for your area. You must listen carefully to announcements from stations in your local area. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All regular programming has been discontinued during this. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the United States government. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. Please pay attention to this alert, as it pertains to an ongoing national crisis. An attack on our country has been confirmed. A hostage situation at the Costco wholesale supermarket in Miami, Florida, has quickly escalated into a nuclear threat against the United States. Leo Leander, the leader of the attack, and the suspects involved in the hostage situation, have threatened to detonate a nuclear weapon in the back of the store at this time. It has been confirmed that they possess this explosion weapon, and are putting civilians within a 500-mile radius of the Costco wholesale supermarket in extreme danger. In addition, the creatures resembling characters from the popular webcomic Pixie and Brutus have attacked Leander and the suspects involved to stop them from harming the hostages. However, Jack Ho was shot and injured while attacking one of the suspects, and is currently undergoing treatment and medical evaluation. At this time, no further information on the further intentions of the creatures have been disclosed as of yet. Law enforcement is currently locating the nuclear weapon to defuse it and exterminate the threat. At this time, to ensure your safety and the safety of others, all residents within a 500-mile radius of the Costco wholesale supermarket are urged to seek a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a product of nuclear attacks, and prolonged exposure to fallout is fatal. It will only take a minute after detonation for the effects of fallout to spread. Fallout shelters are currently being set up in several areas around the perimeter of the supermarket. If you cannot find a fallout shelter, the National Guard and local authorities will lead you to one. Be sure to prepare a survival kit with all essential items, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a first aid kit, flashlights, phones, chargers, and a battery-powered radio for your stay in the shelter. Bring any personal belongings with you, if you can do so safely. Repeating, a threat against our country has been made. Do not wait. Seek shelter now. The President is projected to speak on all stations shortly. Stand by for this message. Please stand by for a message from a representative of the President.
My fellow Americans, I am a designated representative of the President of the United States, as he is currently being transported to a safe and undisclosed location. Today is the worst day in American history since September 11th, 2001. An attack on our country has been made. A hostage situation at the Costco wholesale supermarket in Miami, Florida, has escalated into a nuclear threat against our beloved nation. The suspects involved in the hostage situation have threatened to detonate a nuclear explosive inside the store and are now putting millions of civilians in danger. The United States government has confirmed that the suspects have an explosive weapon in their possession. We do not know how they managed to get this weapon, but it has been confirmed to be an act of treason against the United States. The main perpetrator, Leah Oleander, is the mastermind behind this attack, as he has previously incited attacks in the Tampa Bay area and at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort in Orlando. In the Tampa Bay attacks, Oleander shot and killed hundreds, if not thousands, of civilians, as well as 2 deputies from the sheriff's offices in Hillsborough and Pinellas counties. In Orlando, he also shot and killed hundreds of civilians at the Islands of Adventure theme park at Universal Orlando Resort, as well as teleporting into people's residences and killing them. This is a horrifying and tragic event for all of us. However, not all hope is lost. We have heroes on the horizon. I repeat, we have heroes on the horizon. A group of fictional characters from the popular webcomic Pixie and Brutus somehow entered the real world and are currently saving the hostages in the Costco wholesale supermarket and bringing them to safety. These creatures have been confirmed to be harmless by the Pentagon. It is believed that the attacks orchestrated by Oleander are in connection with the existence of the Pixie and Brutus webcomic. It is thought that Oleander is rebelling against it, with an immense hatred for the webcomic and the characters themselves, as well as its creator, Ben Head, given his history of mental illness. It has come to our attention that the United States will not survive this attack unscathed, but will not fall to perilous terrorists. We are all scared, but together we can overcome this disaster. We have prepared and trained for crises such as this, and now the time has come. The United States of America is unstoppable and will not go down without a fight. It never does. We are a strong nation and will fight until the end. We will never give up. America always fights. We always fight off any enemy who dares to challenge our sovereignty as a nation. We will bring Oleander, as well as his accomplices, to justice, and, if necessary, eliminate them. We would also like to salute Pixie, Brutus, and their friends for saving these innocent civilians who were held hostage and stopping the suspects inside the Costco wholesale supermarket. They are genuine heroes and have demonstrated strength, courage, teamwork, and most importantly, determination. They set an excellent example for us Americans, working together as one. This is what we should do every day and with each other. Citizens of the United States, as this situation is in progress, if you wish to survive, heed my instructions. Seek a fallout shelter. If no such shelter is available, local authorities will lead you to one. Gather all essential supplies such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a first aid kit, a flashlight, vital documents such as birth certificates, driver's license, ID, credit cards, money, and a battery-powered radio. If you can do so safely, personal belongings are also advisable. Do not hesitate. Do this now as I speak. Failure to comply with these instructions will put your life in extreme danger. We will recover. We will continue to develop and thrive as a nation. We will rise from the ruins and survive this event by working together because we are one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May God bless you and the United States of America.
All clear. Repeating, all clear. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the United States government. This is an emergency action termination. The national emergency message issued earlier this evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time has been lifted. The nuclear threat against the United States has ended. Leo Leander, as well as the suspects involved in the hostage situation at the Costco wholesale supermarket in Miami, Florida, were killed by law enforcement after a 9-minute standoff with them in the back of the store. Law enforcement has also killed the rest of the suspects on the roof of the building. Before the deaths of the suspects, law enforcement secretly entered the store, and the characters from Pixie and Brutus led law enforcement to the back of the store, where the nuclear explosion was located, and was successfully defused. The 37 hostages remaining in the store have evacuated safely, while 6 casualties were reported during the hostage situation. The nuclear threat to the United States has ended. All residents within a 500-mile radius of the Costco wholesale supermarket are now free to exit their shelters. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. Your government thanks you for your cooperation. All regular programming, as well as broadcast, cable, satellite, internet, mobile, and 911 operations may now resume. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. Your government thanks you for your cooperation. All regular programming, as well as broadcast, cable, satellite, internet, mobile, and 911 operations may now resume. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. Your government thanks you for your cooperation. All regular programming, as well as broadcast, cable, satellite, internet, mobile, and 911 operations may now resume.